all the preparation up until now has put me in the best position I've ever been in to win this tournament. It is week 6 of my time here in Vegas. I'm still here. I'm still playing tournaments. I've had 2 days off now. Wow, crazy times. I had my day 2 of the Venetian today. Pretty bad start. I raised on the button with 10-9 offsuit. The big blind defended, and I went bet, all in, because we were kind of close to the money. So I thought he would overfold on Jack 4-2, turn 7, river ace. I thought it might be an overbluff, although I've looked it up in a solver. Not that it matters what solvers do, and it does bluff my hand sometimes in Chippy V, and I think I'm supposed to bluff a lot more with the ICM. But he called me down with Queen 4, so that was a bit annoying. I don't know what, I've never played with this guy before, but yeah, he just decided he wouldn't fold. I lost the flip, 9s against Ace King, and then I lost another flip, Queen 8 suited against Ace King, and that was that. So I thought I'm probably going to play the main tomorrow, so I see what's on that doesn't commit too much time. I went to play satellites at the Rio because they have mega satellites to the main event. I just about got in the 1100, very last second, folds to the button, and he goes all in for my 9 big blinds, and I have Jack 8 suited. How can I fold in a 20-minute structure? So I call and I lose to King 2 suited, so I bust in one hand. And then from there, I went to play a 580 satellite, and I won a flip. I doubled up. And then I raised on the button with Ace 9 offsuit. The big blind is a reg and jams for like 24 big blinds, and I make them really side call because it's a really fast structure, and I know he's jamming many worse hands, and he has Ace 10, and I lose, and then I lose a flip. I re-enter, and then I lose a flip, and then I re-enter, and then I lose a flip. And then I think I got like 9s against 10s for my last busted out, so I didn't get it in bad for that last one. But yeah, I just played like 4 satellites today as well as my day 2 and broke all of them. But tomorrow I'm going to play the main event, and it's time. It is time for the big one, the $10,000 main event, where the winner is estimated to get $10 million. There's going to be between probably 7,000 and 12,000 players in this tournament. There is more day 1s than ever. There's 2 day 2s. It's the big one. It's the one that I've been watching on TV since I was like 8, being like a fanboy of poker, watching like all these people playing this tournament and thinking, one day I'm gonna do that. I can play these hands better than some of those guys. Why not me? And I've trained, and I've done everything I can to be in the right position to win this tournament. Other than like, you know, the last 60 to 65 tournaments I played where it went kind of badly. I know it's astronomically unlikely, like even if I was the best player in the field, which I'm far from, the chance of me winning would be like 1 in thousands, let alone filing. But I just want to run a little bit deep. Last time in the main event, I completely fucked it. I got this hand where I had aces and 4-bet and then bet and bet, and I thought the guy had kings, so I was going to jam the river, and then the river was a king, and his posture changed, and I could tell based on his body language that he was just that much more relaxed all of a sudden now. Like, it was so obvious that he got there, but I didn't find the check fold. And then I ended up like losing a flip for my last less than 20 bigs, and I busted on day 1 last time. I think I just bigged it up in my head so much that I just gave myself all this unnecessary pressure, and as soon as that king hit that river, it's like my brain left the building. You know what? It's not happening this time. I'm gonna play as good as I know how to play. And if that means I bust on day 1 again, so be it. I've never made a day 5 of the tournament. Not many tournaments let you make that far, but I would like to know what it's like to make a day 5. You just gotta keep your head. You've gotta not do anything stupid. You've gotta stay focused, you gotta stay present. You're gonna get bad beats, you're gonna get downswings. You can't play for that long in a tournament and not have it go badly at some point. And it's just about keeping your head. That is all this tournament is, really. Obviously there's all the poker fundamentals and theory and whatnot, but it's almost sidelined to how important it is to be able to have the stamina, mental stamina, to get through this tournament, because you're not going to run good for all of it. I'm excited. I'm going to make sure I have a great time no matter what, and I think that's the most important. I'm going to enjoy playing. It goes well, it goes badly. That's up to the poker gods, but I'm going to have a great time. I'll film as many of the hands as I can. I'll speak about as many hands as I can, and I'm gonna remember that I am living the dream. It was the dream of mine to play this tournament before. and now I'm getting to play it for the second time. I plan on playing it again in the future, so I'm already living the dream. It's only money. Like, I have the opportunity to play. I think I'm good enough to win. The rest is down to the universe. Day 2, I went to play in the main event. Got there from the start. Table looked semi-decent. I had mostly people I didn't recognize, but I did have Anton Sarut, but he was on my right. And most of the other guys are like between recreational players and like regs that I haven't heard of. So it seemed like it was a good start. One of the first hands in the first level, 100-200, it goes aggressive player opens to 500 from early, gets called by 3 different players. I'm in the small line with pocket jacks. I squeezed to 3.3k, starting with 60k, everyone's got about 60 still. Folds back to the first guy, he makes it 8.8k, 4-bet. Folds back to me. I think call's the only option, but I'm already like, oh man, playing a huge 4-bet pot level 1 of the main. So I call, it comes 10-8 brick, like 10-8 free with 2 clubs, and I've got jacks with no club. I check, and now he bets 12k into like 19k. So, like, obviously jacks is just a never fold in theory. Like he should have ace king in his range, and he should, I mean, his value probably does start with about queens plus, so we are already kind of catching, but there's a chance he might bluff with like ace 10, king 10 sometimes, and then show it with those hands. And like, there's loads of reasons for never folding, but I actually do think fold is the play. Like, I'm out of position, I don't have a backdoor flush draw. I've got a hand that, if he's choosing to play overly aggressively, which is what I kind of need, he's going to be able to make me fold later most of the time, and I already know I'm going to overfold because it's the main event day 1, so it's almost like, just cut your losses now. If you like, I already know I'm going to play the hand exploitably and overfold at some point, so why not just overfold now? Like, obviously he does have queens, kings, aces a lot. He does have like bluffs that get there. He does have bluffs that will barrel me off, and it doesn't seem like a great spot, so I just folded my jacks. You can call me a nit, but I'm happy with the fold. Then this guy turned out to be a lot more aggressive than I thought. I saw him like squeeze and triple barrel ace 5 off. I saw him like 4-bet 2 or 3 more times, although he never got to showdown, and he was playing very aggressively on all the streets. So I like to think even if he was bluffing when I had jacks, he would have made me fold later most of the time. But I kind of knew I was going to get him, and then I raised with 7s. He 3-bets. We're both early position. I call. It comes king 7-5 flush draw. Check check. When he checks back this board, I'm like, he's probably just got like queens, or like, I don't know, maybe sometimes a trap, but he's just like, he's so wide in every spot. I think he's just c-betting all of his bluffs here. So the turn pairs the 5, gives me the boat. I decided to bet pretty big because I just thought he's not going to fold queens. Like, he's not going to fold to 1-bet no matter what size I choose, so I bet like 75% pot, and now he raises. So I bet 4.5k, he makes it like 10.5k. So now he's super polar, right? He's saying like, I was trapping with aces, ace king, or kings, or I've got a bluff. So I just called my 7s. I don't see any reason to 3-bet here. Maybe if you're against someone that's really bad and you just think you're ahead. So I call. This makes the pot like 28k-ish. The river's an ace. So now if he had aces, he gets there. If he has kings, he was already there. If he has ace king, I guess he improves to a hand he's going to value bet. I check, and he bets pretty much pot. He bets like 26,000. So like, I just don't see any value in going all in. Like, I'm just going to bust the times he's got kings and the times he's got aces if I raise here. And he's already saying he's got like kings, aces, a bluff, maybe ace king. And even if he's only got aces, kings, and ace king, like versus the jam, ace king can fold. And it's still worth just not busting my main event, even if it makes some chippy V to jam against that range. So I just call. And he's got pocket queens, so he's gotten queens into a bluff for some reason. I guess he raised turn small and then wasn't planning to bluff river, but then felt like he had to bluff the ace. And it probably is going to be a decent bluff against me in that spot, because I think I would have massively overfolded. Like, if I bet call the time with a nut flush draw and river the ace, I feel like I'm going to fold to his bet size a lot of the time there, because I'm just playing tight in the main event level 1. But who knows? I guess I can have ace king myself sometimes, which doesn't get the fold. But interesting one. And then one more interesting hand. I moved to a new table. I'm playing with Jared Jaffe. I'm not sure if people know who he is or what he plays like, but I open +1 to 2.5x 1500 with ace queen. He 3-bets to 5.1k. He's been kind of active, but I mean, still like early versus early. I don't expect him to be too crazy. I call with the ace queen. It comes ace of diamonds, king of clubs, 10 of diamonds. I have ace of spades, queen of clubs. I check call 3.5k. Nice small c-bet, makes it easy. Makes the pot 19.3. The turn is a 6. I check and he now bets 16,400 into 19.3k, and I just fold. I just think that if he's finding bluffs there, like, fair play to him. Like, I know a lot of people there that are very capable of having bluffs in those spots, but I just didn't feel like this was one. I think ace king and kings and tens people always find this way, maybe ace 10. Ace queen is maybe the worst value hand he can have. That's the bottom, and he doesn't always have it, especially for this size. Maybe he has queen jack suited, and then if he's bluffing, he's got to have like the jack nine of diamonds, queen nine of diamonds. Doesn't always have them pre. There's only one combo, or like he has to turn pairs into bluffs, like jacks and queens. People don't do that enough. Jack 10 suited, queen 10 suited, and again he has to have them pre. And but there's all these factors that have to be aligned to make this turn call a thing. And I think people also just click call there, top pair, gut shot to the nuts, and like blockers to value. Like people just click call there and try and decide river, but I think you're just burning loads of money against most regs, because most regs are just not finding the bluffs there. And you're out of position, and like, good luck playing against how nutty these people are. So I made day 2 of the main with like 100 big blinds, pretty reasonable day. Like it went as well as it could have gone. I had to make loads of tight folds, of course, but I guess that's just part of poker sometimes, especially in the main event. I think I played really well. I played as well as I know how to play. So that's all I can ask for. So on the day off, we went to a place called Area 15. It's where they have loads of like cool sensory experiences, and a lot of stuff inspired heavily by like psychedelics. We went to this museum called Meow Wolf, and you go in and it's like a supermarket, and there's people that work there, and you can buy stuff from the supermarket, and everything is just a bit strange. Like there's weird products and weird things written on the products and weird stuff going on, and if you speak to the people that work there, they're being a bit strange as well. And it's like you're trying to figure out what's going on, but you know you paid to enter a museum, but you're in a supermarket. It's strange. And then there's loads of like secret doors and secret ways to get through from the supermarket into the next area, which is kind of like a sci-fi area where they've got all of these different like sensory experiences. Well, there's one room we found where it's heavily inspired by the art created by people that have experienced DMT and the things they say they see and the different patterns. Another room where they have all of this crazy art on the wall, and it's all like being in a proper DMT experience. It's crazy. So that place was pretty interesting, quite a unique experience, well worth doing in my opinion. From there, another place in Area 15 being like a big group of lots of places. We went to a place called Museum Fiasco, where you're in like a big room full of mirrors, and there's loads of lights and loads of like really powerful speakers that vibrate, and it's like you feel the music. And we went to a place called Wink World, which is like, again, like a mini museum type thing, but it was 6 different rooms where they've tried to design it to represent different types of infinity and what different types of infinity can look like. And it was kind of gimmicky, but it was really colourful and really like nice to look at. And then on the evening, we went to see the Rolling Stones. I only found out they were playing in Vegas because someone on my main event table told me he was going to see them and was saying, oh, the tickets will be sold out. And I found some tickets online for relatively cheap. And yeah, that was a unique experience. I can't believe after however long they've been together, since like the early 60s, so that's nearly 60 years they've been performing, maybe more than 60 years. Mick Jagger's 78 years old, and he has so much energy, it's unreal. He's like jumping around the stage the whole time, and obviously just kind of going nuts, and all of their classic songs still sounded great. It was a very great experience. Then on day 4, I went to play the one day 1K at the Win, and I did no good. And I played the Satellite, and I did no good.
It's got to be a diamond. How is that no shot?
So I played the 3.2K World Series event online.
Fours prepared for Adam Owen, who is locking horns with Nachman Berlin. 600.
On day 5, I just played World Series stats again because I know I had my day 2 the day after, so I didn't want to play something that was going to go on for too long. I busted the main. I actually felt pretty fine. Like, I think I made a really good fold at one point where under the gun opened, +1 calls James Woods, who's quite tight in most spots, and then a reg squeezes to 9K in like the low jack, and I've got ace king in the big blind with 67 bigs. So normally, like if it's in most spots, you just go all in, or maybe 4-bet fold, or maybe 4-bet side call. Like folding is not really an option I would generally choose there, but I just had the feeling he was going to have too tight of a range in this spot, and that he wouldn't always have ace queen, and that he wouldn't always have 10s, and he wouldn't have that many bluffs necessarily. I decided to go over my gut, folded, and very fortunately he showed me the kings, and that it's in the vlog now. He told me he'd show me as long as I included the hand in the vlog. So I was pretty happy with that fold. I made one bad hero that I think wasn't the end of the world. Like I tried to train myself out into just folding everything in river spots because people don't bluff enough, but this one I didn't feel like I could. And then I opened with ace queen off, playing like 25 bigs to 5.2K at 1600 big blind red calls. I bet quarter pot on king of diamonds, jack of diamonds 4 with ace queen with the ace of diamonds. The turns are 7, check check, and the river's a queen. So I think he's got queen 9 and queen 10 in his range. He's got like some jack X. He's got, obviously he does have some king X as well, but like if I check, he's gonna bet, and I don't want to fold this hand. So I think it's just a value bet. Maybe check call's okay as well. Maybe check raise as a bluff sometimes is a thing, I don't know. But I decided to value bet the river for like just over 10K, like over half pot, and he calls with king 8. So that put me down like pretty sure, and then I ended up going all in with pocket 8s.
I'll just take it being a flip. Good luck. Just keep it alive on the top. Okay.
I genuinely was rooting for all the guys on my table. Like they're all nice guys. Like I'd be happy if any of them were. I didn't feel very bad, and I was gonna just go home, and then I was told I could still get in the 1600 at the Venetian, so I quickly got a taxi there. I got in with like 3 minutes left of the break. Get in with my 16 big blinds, under the gun, fold. Next hand I get dealt queens, and it goes raise, call, call, call. So I was like, yes, living the dream, all in. Yeah, for some reason this one tilted me quite a lot, even though like it's a much smaller tournament. But like much higher variance spot, because I got in with 16 big blinds, and it's pretty standard to just bust pretty quickly. But I don't know, like it's just been such a sick few weeks. Like nearly 6 full weeks in now, so I'm nearly 42 days in. I've played like 76 tournaments, including online, and I'm down like over $81,000. And like I spoke to quite a few people before I came out about like worst case scenarios, because obviously I know tournament variance is ridiculous, and like the more you play them, the more you just realize that the variance in tournaments is absolutely absurd. There's so many situations where like edge almost goes out the window when the average stack is less than like 50 bigs. How often are you just gonna bust out in so many situations, best hand or not, because that's the way it goes. I am kind of getting numb to it, and I am kind of like, I don't know, it's a horrible feeling when you get it in good and you just really don't think you're gonna win. Like, because then when you do lose, you're like, I knew it was coming, I'm just unlucky. Like, it's just not a nice feeling. Obviously it's not nice to think you're gonna win and lose either, but I can feel my spirit being like drained away from me as the more I play this game. Any time that you do well in a tournament, you gotta appreciate it. You've really gotta appreciate it. Because it's just rare. Like you can, I mean in the big fields at least. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't feel like I need a day off as much as I would love to just say, fuck this. fucking games, fucking stupid high variance game. But while there is still good tournaments to play, I'm still here. I've still got like another 2 weeks now, barely. I'm running out of time. Running out of time to get out of it, but I'm gonna be here till the last one at least. You know, all it takes is one tournament, literally. That's the funny thing. Like, run good in one tournament and I'm in profit. Run good in 2 tournaments and I win heaps. It's such a ridiculous game that is possible, but very unlikely. I wonder what else I'd be doing if I wasn't here playing poker. That's the most kind of difficult thing about this game. I saw someone talking about this, that it's almost like it gives you the taste of freedom, and it's really difficult to imagine being in a quote unquote normal job after playing this game and seeing like how much money that people set on fire that you can win, and seeing how much you can potentially make. It's ruined me. Like, the least I can do is get it back. You have to be insane to play tournament poker, unless you're lucky. Man. But maybe I start being lucky tomorrow. I like this narrative. I think my brain is good at coming up with like new narratives that mean that there's nothing to worry about, and you just keep pressing forward, to just keep playing, focusing on my mental game, keeping my head in check, and keep turning up. Keep hitting the enter button. Enter. I enter this tournament. No, I'm buying in again. I'm buying in again. And just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And then not until it's over, i.e. the plane home, do I say, fuck's sake. Because tomorrow is a new day, and there's no point in wallowing on the trip so far. There really isn't. Like, it does nothing but get me into a negative mindset of the fact that I'm unlucky, and what good does it do? Like, really, what good does it do? Like, if you listening know that I am more unlucky than I would have been, like, it doesn't mean anything. It's just about how you respond next, what you do next. That really is all that matters. Like, I'm gonna play worse if I start considering myself unlucky and wallowing. Or at least I'll feel worse even if I don't play worse. I'm like, what good is that? If I only ever feel how I feel in this present moment, then I don't want to be unlucky. I don't want to be the guy that thinks, fuck, like, I'm so unlucky. Like, that's rubbish. So I'm gonna do a lot of mental practices tonight. I'm gonna remember what I'm grateful of, regardless of the poker results, and I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna be playing my A game, and I'm gonna win. I finished my 7th day. I just was playing the $1,100 and $11 one drop, which is super deep. Start with 400 big blinds. I saw more insanity in this tournament than probably any other tournament. Everyone was just going absolutely crazy. First bullet, I got it in with a super draw against the Nova pair and lost the flip. Second bullet, I had top 2 pair. I actually ran up a decent stack and then bet jammed with my top 2 into a set, which was like a 5 stack pot. Entered again, got pocket 9, squeeze jammed, ran into jack. So back again today, well, what will be tomorrow after day 7, which will be next week, to enter day 2 with like 20 big blinds. And I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit because I was feeling pretty down after like on the walk home, and like kind of more generally lately, because I don't know, like, I'm just it was really hard to battle the narrative that I'm just really unlucky, and like, woe is me, and like, this is it's going terribly and I should be sad. And I don't know, if you get into a sad mindset, it's really easy it's almost like you want to stay there even though you know it's bad for you. Like, your mind is giving you reasons why you should be sad. I'm like, no, don't be happy, don't enjoy stuff, because look at what's happening. Like, it's pretty stupid, but I think that's just how brains work sometimes for some reason. There has been times where I've not been feeling quite myself, and it's harder to kind of put words together in ways that I think will be either educational or entertaining. I just wanted to talk about why I kind of feel a little bit back to normal now, at least subjectively it feels that way. I don't necessarily know what clicked, but I forced myself to write down like all of the negative thoughts I've been having in a journal, and like just write it all out, no matter how like stupid and crazy and whatever it is or depressing it is, just write it all out. And then I forced myself to write, to do like a gratitude journal and write loads of things I was grateful for today and loads of things I was grateful for in general life, and it seemed to help. It seemed to genuinely make me feel better afterwards. Something funny happened, and I don't know, I noticed the difference in how I responded to it. Like I was laughing and enjoying myself, and suddenly like the bad mindset's gone all of a sudden, and it's almost gone before you notice it's gone. Like you have to subconsciously give yourself permission to get rid of it, and I think forcing yourself to give reasons to be grateful is one of them, even though like at the time I didn't feel very grateful, but I almost forced myself into it, and I do feel genuinely better now. I'm genuinely excited to go play day 2 now, and almost feel like I've mentally reset, and I'm sure I've got like a shorter fuse now at this point with the bad beats and all the crazy stuff going on, but there's also only like less than 2 weeks left, and all I can do is play my best for those 2 weeks, do whatever it takes to feel grateful, to feel present, to feel in the zone, and to enjoy it, to have a good day no matter what the poker gods want to do to me. So the total for this week, week 6, I played 16 tournaments and I'm down $21,104, not including the 3.2k online. Maybe I'll throw all the online stuff in there at the end just for fun, just to make the total look as bad as possible. Which brings the overall total after 6 weeks to, I've played 77 tournaments and I'm down $82,717. What can I say? We've maintained the same trend. I mean, it would have been nice to have a run in the main event, but it's also a tournament with 6,600 players that goes on for 9 days. I guess it was quite a lot to ask for. There's only 2 weeks now to try and get out of it, but I mean, I feel like I've perked myself back up to get through these last 2 weeks, and what happens happens. I don't regret coming out here and having this experience. I think I've learned a lot. I think I have played really well. I think I've found a lot of spots that I need to work on, but as far as it goes, like I think it was worthwhile. Do all the good stuff, like, comment, subscribe, give me some words of encouragement. Tell people that tournament poker sucks most of the time. Don't let people get carried away into thinking that the heater's never gonna end. Like you have to stay grounded with tournaments. I mean, you live the dream sometimes, but most of the time it's about being tenacious. It's about losing and being in the same mindset throughout. And I guess such is life. Like you're gonna have bad experiences, but being able to maintain who you are, being able to maintain your positive outlook to the world, that's what's more important, especially for your own sanity and your own happiness. And it's all just a challenge to overcome and to maintain that mindset, to maintain being the person that you want to be throughout, regardless of experience, because people have got it worse, people have got it better, you've only got it how you've got it. Find things to appreciate within the spectrum of your experience. And on that note, that is the end of week 6. Thank you for watching. 2 more weeks. Will I get out of it? What do you think? Maybe? All right, thanks for watching. Fuck you, planes. Get your own airspace.
Don't look surprised that I'm still singing, cause you know I have the knack. Can you believe what you see? That you can't believe it's me. Did you think for just 1 second you'd be back to look?
Hello again. My apologies for cutting this evening's entertainment short.